Hello, huge movie fanatics here on YouTube, coming at you with the continuation of our Friday 13th film franchise reviews. We're starting off with the last Paramount Friday 13th movie ever, called, well, I guess Paramount was partially involved in the stupid reboot, I mean, whatever, but of the good old heydays. What's interesting is about Paramount's involvement is like the very first year, 1980, you got Friday 13th. Last year of the 80s, 1989, you got the last, isn't that kind of cool? So it spanned the 80s, not every single year, but almost. So you got 1989's Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, which again, in a way, in theory, when you think about it, sounds like Part 6 in a way where it's kind of turning it on, it sounds like it's turning it on its head. Sounds interesting. The only problem is, because of budgetary reasons and this and that, it's not very much of it in Manhattan.
The movie could have been cool if he actually was in Manhattan.
If you listen to the commentary, his original script had stuff at, you know, all kinds of landmarks and Madison Square Garden and all this kind of stuff, which of course would have been impossible unless James Cameron was, you know, a part of it. So,
Oliver Stone.
Huh?
Oliver Stone. Jason Takes Manhattan.
Oliver Stone, he said, in case you couldn't hear him. Yeah, that's funny. So what you end up with, unfortunately, is a stripped down reality version. This is all we can do, you know, take it or leave it. And what ends up happening is kind of like, well, why are we going with this original idea if we can't do it at all? The whole damn thing takes place on the boat to the location. It's kind of stupid. I remember this is the first.
Yes, Jason takes a boat.
Jason takes a boat to Manhattan. This is the first Friday the 13th movie that I ever saw in the theater, unfortunately. We almost saw 7, but I was at a younger age where I didn't feel like I could take it. Yeah, but I'm going to regret it for the rest of my life, not seeing 7 in the theater and being able to say I saw it. But whatever, we saw this one. I loved it when I was a kid because I was a kid, and then as I got older, I'm like, oh my God, this is for me probably. I don't know. I'll have to think of stars. Why don't you continue?
All right, Jason Takes Manhattan. This is the first one. First Jason movie that I saw. The first one I saw was the first movie. This is the second movie of the bunch I saw, but this is the first Jason movie I have seen.
Okay.
That I saw, and when I was a kid, I kind of dug it just because, like, oh, this is Jason. But
when you get older and you get
like even 2 years later, I rewatched it and I was like, oh God, this is so not interesting. And he's like a ghost, but he's a zombie throughout the movie because like he just appears, like he's down at the bottom and the girl is up at the top. Or it was a girl or was a guy? I can't even remember.
Whatever.
It's seen it like 4 times.
Yeah.
A guy. And then he turns and looks back around and they're like face to face. Come on, I don't know, just things like that.
Played with that Jason Can Be Anywhere bullshit. There were so many elements that are so stupid, like the girl that supposedly had Jason pull her down when she was young and all this stupid stuff. In a way, I think he tried to do what they did in 7 in a way by having that backstory, but it was so stupid.
Yeah, exactly, and it's just really dumb. The way Jason comes alive in this one is so stupid. When he gets freed, rather.
He gets electrocuted. One thing that I have to mention is, so now Crystal Lake is attached via water channel to the ocean apparently. So that makes, how much sense does that make?
Yeah, this is just a bogus.
The houseboat that's on the at the beginning of Part 8 that's on Crystal Lake, you can see the Crystal Lake in the background, like, is the one who, the anchor hooks the electrical cable, bringing them back to life. Those 2 people die, and then the boat, he takes that boat to the big boat, which goes to New York. So all that water's connected? I don't know about that.
Yeah, and also, like, he comes out of the water, and it's like, oh, he's kind of...
He's gooey when he comes out of the water. And
that makes sense.
He never dries up, does he? Very humid.
The whole damn movie. He's just like, he's sloppier than the aliens in the Alien franchise. Like, I felt like I was watching Alien Resurrection throughout the whole thing, where it's just constantly gooey. And like his hand is coming through and it's just like slopping and stuff. It's just, I'm not a fan of this movie. The one cool part was when the guy's like, all right, I can take Jason, and he's like, I'm a boxing champ, and bam, 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 bam. And
that's where the humor is actually successful.
That's the only part of the movie that I still kind of dig. And then I like when he's like, and then and his head just flies up. Like that was kind of cool.
That was probably the best part of the whole damn movie.
Oh, and, honestly, hands down. And then the way they destroyed him at the end with the super sewage.
That was so dumb. And the fact that Kane Hodder can actually regurgitate, this is quite a talent, like water out of his, like he can drink water or something and puke it up. So that's what he did for that. It makes no sense,
filthy.
you know, filthy. And the fact that the water washed away and then, or the sewage, and then it's just Jason as a young boy laying there. I'm like,
yeah, that part is like so laughably bad. I'm gonna go with probably 1 on this one. It's pretty bad. Like, there's really nothing much redeemable. I think it's kind of a pretty looking movie. Like, it's well shot.
It does have that aspect of being kind of modern and looking good, and
I'm thinking like the dance room in the.
I just thought of that too.
Yeah, like I mean, like you could see where they were going, and it was kind of nice.
Well, one thing I liked about it was that asshole uncle of hers, which is he was such a good asshole that so. It's just like he doesn't want her to go on the trip, and there's this one funny shot. It's almost like black comedy. He's like, "There's a big storm predicted for tonight." It's so laughable, but it's almost like I don't know what it is. It's just funny. I'm really conflicted. God damn it. 1.5. I mean, I can't. It's so
this is
crap.
the worst of the
Paramount one's
Paramount
probably for me, yeah. Because, I mean, even Kane Hodder didn't even necessarily like the director. I think I remember reading that in the Fangoria back in the day. And you can see it. I mean, it's like he pops up out of the, the water and he grabs and he looks around. You can just see him doing what the director told him to do and just like, God, this is stupid.
Yeah.
And being so just minimalistic in the...
The look of Jason is actually kind of all right in the movie, but were it not for him being goofy.
I kind of like the yellow, the yellow mask.
That's what I was thinking, and the darker skin too.
Yeah. I think the look is fine if it wasn't just constantly gooey. I think that.
And who decided that? Like that had to be a director thing, but like
I'm
why?
always curious, like who decides, because every movie's got subtle changes with the mask and all this stuff. I'm always curious. It must be the makeup effects people or something. Who decides what, like the blue chevrons, like who decides that?
I don't know.
I got this good idea, blue on his cheeks.
Red.
Yeah.
Forehead.
So yeah, it's kind of a mess, and it like you say, that boxing scene. When you think of the title, if the whole movie was like that, that's what it should have been. Yeah. In terms of ironicness, humor. And just cool. That was supposed to happen at Madison Square Garden, I think. That scene,
really?
which
Yeah,
would
that
have been
kind of neat.
very cool. So, it's just like, all right, motherfucker, take your best shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So there you go. That's my least favorite of the Paramount ones. If you're done,
Oh, I'm done.
I'm done. Catch you later. Oh, this is the first one also that of the Paramount ones that was completely that new guy's score, the Fred Mullen or whatever, which was really kind of dumb score.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
Synthesized.
Not even rememberable.
No, not even memorable at all. Thanks for watching.
There's a big storm predicted for tonight. Have you seen my niece anywhere?
Yeah, I think she's motivating downstairs, Mr. McCulloch. What's the problem?
Well, senior predictions started 5 minutes ago and she hasn't shown up yet.
Oh, well, maybe some of us don't want our futures predicted.
Well, in your case, I'm sure that's true.
You're talking to the prom queen, Eva. Do you really think I'm gonna risk getting caught?
Walking corpses are not real.
What are you taking, Julius?
Nothing. But this gun.
Feel way better if you're stoned.
Take your best shot. Motherfucker.
understand there is a maniac trying to kill us.
Welcome to New York.
Mommy?